Alright, look alive, people. Make sure you got all that lag under control. We're going live in 3, 2, 1. Oh, welcome everyone to another episode of Obsidian Craft. We've got more netherrack to... This is not netherrack. I attempted to do an intro and then I forgot what I was saying. And I'm also observing this lag I'm getting right now, which wasn't here a second ago. But I guess that's what happens when you're recording. You have a 4-year-old computer. Welcome back to Obsidian Craft. Today, one of our main objectives will be to work on our villager trading hall, because we're starting to get requests for enchanting books, and it seems that rumors about fighting the nether dragon soon are finally coming about. Before we do that, I would like to... Man, we got some lag. Oh well, I'm just gonna have to make do for a little bit longer. I just want to finish up our little storage system since it's so close to being done, and then we'll get started in the villager hall, which will then result in us kind of starting to work on our sky base more properly and getting the look a bit more finalized. So, without ado, let us begin. So, just in case you haven't seen the previous episode, or... Also because I'm losing track of what I have and haven't explained to the camera, because sometimes recordings just mess up. And sometimes I think they mess up and then they're not. So I'm pretty sure I've basically explained this all already. But because they don't seem to be sufficient YouTube videos on YouTube for proper tutorials on item systems using minecarts, at least not... a design that actually allows you to stuff a bulk amount of items in and then just let it run. There is no design that I have found that seems to be able to manage that. So I've made my own system, which I'll show you in just a second. So the idea behind this is that this single chest is going to get stuffed as full as the item system can stuff it, and then that is what is essentially going to, quote-unquote, detect whether or not we filled up the chest minecart or not. The reason we're not going to rely on comparators is because this chest can be filled to the brim and not be able to be stuffed with any more items, but then the comparator can still have different levels of output. So imagine if I stuffed this full of netherrack, but each slot only had one netherrack in it. So it was just all full of just one piece of netherrack in each slot. That wouldn't give much of a comparator output, as opposed to a 64 stack in each slot, which would give a much bigger redstone output. On top of that, depending on, if that it wasn't enough, depending on the situation, the comparator wouldn't even necessarily change the signal strength at the moment you would need. So I had to throw that out of the window and come back to the idea that what I really want to detect is whether or not items are still able to get into the chest or not. So that's the idea behind this principle. So the idea is, one of the limitations of this system is that this system can only ever load this chest or empty this chest into a minecart. It can only do one of those things at a time in order for this to work. The idea being, so at the moment this chest is full, like notice it doesn't have a full stack of iron ingots, but it doesn't matter. This chest is full. It cannot take anything more as it is at the moment. This hopper doesn't have any iron ingots in it, so this chest is full, essentially, effectively for our purposes. So if a minecart chest arrives, and I don't have a minecart chest, so I can't demonstrate it. I will go get some supplies right now. I think... Oh, yeah, that's right. I think I stuffed all the quote-unquote important items in here so that could be separate from everything else. All right, I'll just grab this stuff, I guess. Yeah, I think that'll work. I'd need a chest, though. Let me see here. All right. Now we've got what we need. All right, so we can demonstrate this now. So the idea is that a chest minecart will arrive, this detector rail activates, and this T flip-flop activates, toggling the mode. So now this hopper locks, so no further items can go into this chest. So only the items that can fit within a single chest are going to go into the minecart. Also, this this hopper is also locked when this chest is loading, so that we never have more than one chest worth of items going into the minecart. And detecting when these guys are done is pretty easy. All you have to do is detect when both the chest and the hopper contains no items. Technically, you could do it just detecting the hopper to see if it was output of 0, but I wanted to take an output from both because that's technically more accurate, just in case weird things happen with it. It's just more reliable. That is more accurately the exact logic that I care about. Anyway, so when that finishes, when both of them are empty, that sends an output over here, which toggles the T flip-flop once again. This time it's a little bit more of an exact replica of one of the ones I have found a tutorial for. And that swaps the mode back so that this hopper locks so that no items can go into it, so that we confine the amount of items that can be stored here to the size of a single chest. And then this hopper unlocks, allowing items to get back through to this chest again. Let me see. Something else here is that with the timings of the locking and unlocking of the hoppers, I wanted to be careful that there was no way... Here, how do I want to explain this? Okay, so the logic behind the timers of the repeaters are that if a minecart is arriving, and therefore toggling this to load the minecart, we want to make sure that this hopper gets locked up before this hopper unlocks. Because if this hopper unlocks, and this guy's still unlocked momentarily, we're going to get some extra items filtered into this chest, quite possibly, and then that's just going to ruin the whole system. So we always need to make sure that there is no point in time, no, like, mini frame rate or something in between, that no point in time where both of these hoppers are unlocked. It's always got to be one of them's locked, period. They're allowed to be both locked at the same time, just, don't do it for too long. So the idea being that when this arrives, and therefore this gets triggered, we have one repeater that has a very low delay, therefore allowing this to get locked very quickly, and then this gets unlocked afterward. But then when the chest leaves, or it gets triggered again, this turns on, this hopper locks, and then, since this repeater's delay is even longer, it takes longer for this to unlock. So essentially, when the minecart leaves, this relocks, and then this unlocks. Whereas when it arrives, this locks, then this unlocks. So it's like, basically the order is backwards, depending on whether the minecart is leaving or arriving. Okay. Let's see what the progress is here. So it's still a little while to go. So while that runs, let's see if we can get some chests ready to go to receive any items that is delivered via this method. Because there's a bunch of items in there that need to be delivered. They're mostly like important items that I'm kind of using for this project, so I might start taking some of them out. Not all of them, but kind of relevant items. I was going to issue a challenge to everyone to count how many times I say or anyway, but then I said it right there, but then I forgot to say it at the top of the video, so I figure I'll just do it next video and see how that goes. I did it right there. Alright, so now we have the great honor of flattening out this dirt and put in the floor, and you know what? I'm thinking we'll even try to get a third-person perspective here. Let's try that out. You know what, on second thought, it seems rather stupid of me to do a third-person perspective camera shot of me clearing out just this little bit of dirt. I was thinking that maybe I should go get more quartz to just fill in the walls, that way the third-person perspective would actually have a point for existing. But if I went ahead and did that, it would take me absolutely forever, and that would defeat the purpose of me actually getting to build the villager hall quickly, because I need it quickly. And it's a bit of a shame, too, because I'd kind of already set up my secondary computer to be ready to go, and then I'd realized that it really didn't make sense, especially considering that I have a shovel like this. So I think we'll just make it a simple and clean cut. And just like that, with movie magic, it's done! Take your guesses in the comments section how long that took. And that took way longer than I expected, to the point where I really could have used a time-lapse, if I'm to be honest. But it's partially because I decided to go a little bit further than just mining out the dirt. I put in the glass, and did a little bit of fancy designing with the stairs here. I think it adds some depth, and it's asking for a little bit more to add to it. Let me know what you think about these little gaps, or just this design in general. And then we've got a little bit of a design going on here that you can't see. That's gonna be more something you'll be able to see from the floor below. But it's basically just stairs going in a 3x3 around like this, all kind of facing toward the center. So, and then I just kind of have this thing because I can't really have stairs here, so I just did this. Kind of makes it look like something should go here, which maybe I could at some point, but I don't know, a hopper would have to be here or something if I wanted to feed into it, or maybe just a chest that maybe this is gonna be a drop-off point. I think that'd be kind of cool. Maybe make this drop-off point and then a hopper goes here. That would actually be really sweet. All right, so from here, we want to make sure we get the chests in. And just like that, one day later, we've got our basic storage system set up. No sorting done just yet, but let me show you what's going on here. Actually, before we get to that, I need to rant just a little bit. So, if you decide to visit someone's base, and they have exposed redstone out, please don't hold water buckets in your hand, or if you're worried about accidentally switching to it, maybe take it out of your hotbar. I am totally not speaking from personal experience or anything. That was a frustrating 20 minutes. So we've got this set up now to working fully properly, unless it's still broken. It does seem like everything is still functioning correctly after I fixed it. But in the process, I did realize that having a block right here actually blocked the minecart chest from going back down, even though it was able to go back up. So that's a little tidbit I didn't realize before. I might doctor this up a little bit so that we can replace the wall back. I don't exactly want this gaping hole here, especially one that people and monsters can just fall through. But my inventory doesn't have any blocks in it, so that's not a good excuse. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think I might have just found another bug in the system. Yep, okay, that's not perfect. Okay, let's fix that. Yes, so because we can only rely on this to be one long, the repeater has to go here, and and for this one, we would only be able to... Oh. Wait. Oh, this is messing with me a little bit. Ooh, was this a problem the whole time? Because I have to put a repeater after one redstone dust to make sure that we just get a straight zero, something or zero output. But here, it has to be a 2, and it probably would have worked fine. It won't make a whole lot of difference, but still, I don't like that logic we're given here. Okay. There, that's better. Alright. So now even if it's just one output, it's still gonna get our redstone output. Okay, now it should be fixed. But I think, I think this is in the wrong mode now, so let me just toggle that again. Get that out of there. And reload that, I suppose. Alright, now it should be fixed. I'm going to be dealing with this for the rest of the season, aren't I? Alright, now let me formally give you a nice look at what's going on here. So as before, we got the loading system with the chest. Goes up here. The detector rails for this is up here now for toggling the different modes. And up here, it doesn't go very far, but here is the point where it drops off its items into a hopper to the storage system over there. We have a comparator coming out of this hopper so that whenever the hopper is receiving items, it will toggle this redstone torch to invert it and keep this powered rail off. But then when the hopper is no longer transporting items, the rail will activate. And on top of that, could you imagine what would happen if the chest in a minecart came rumbling on up to here, and this detector rail wasn't here, wasn't doing anything, and it was just the system I just described? This would be on when it would arrive, so it would probably just leave again before this could do anything. So that's why I have this detector rail set up to make sure that this powered rail toggles off before it arrives. So now we have our basic setup that we can basically duplicate whenever we want for future uses. This setup is very short, but it's very expandable for long distances. By expandable, I mean long distances. For multiple minecarts, not so much. Fast transport, not so much. But it's fine, it's simple, and it works, and it's plenty good enough, and it's very satisfying. But after that redstone fiasco, I'm just going to take out some of this dirt here. Just a bit of the extra dirt. Please don't tell me I accidentally broke something. So perhaps after that, it's best I start covering this up now. I started doing some of this item sorting off camera, but I decided that I should let you guys share in the satisfaction of all this. Just dump all of the stuff that I want to dump. I'll take that back, please. Into the chest, and watch it just get sorted down into the chest to eventually be sorted off into the item sorter and off to wherever it needs to go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this doesn't look... or not. Alright, is this... Oh, it's a case of it being toggled. Okay, we had this issue last time. Because right now, it's in the wrong mode as the minecart arrives. So I'm going to have to hit this button again. I thought I already dealt with that, but okay. And voila. And make sure that's not in there. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because it's receiving now. And push that in. And, oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Okay, so looks like there's something else going on here. Why is this continually getting activated? Alright. Here, let me see what happens here. Okay, well that's not very helpful. At this rate, I might as well just replace this button with a lever. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now I know what's going on. Okay, so when I went ahead and repaired this, I repaired it wrong. So this torch, and I'm gonna take that out just so that doesn't do stuff incorrectly without me just yet. This signal coming, which is a signal saying, hey, we're done unloading now, is going into the T flip-flop, which is what I thought it was before. But when the minecart leaves, it's also toggling that as well with this. So when it leaves, it gets toggled twice, and then when it arrives again, it gets toggled once, which basically completely messes that up. So what I really need is for the minecart rail to turn on, I suppose. But... doesn't... Ooh, this is an unexpected challenge thrown my way. I thought this was working a moment ago, wasn't it? Was this always a problem? I've already forgotten what the problem is. Okay then. Let's see if that works. So supposedly what that'll do is when both of these empty out, that will then toggle this temporarily. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not, though. Because if it gets toggled, it'll change the mode, but then it'll change it back. potentially before this. All I really want is to just get the rail going. That's it. So, I'm pretty sure this is not how this worked before, but oh well. I guess this is a probably better solution, unless I figure out maybe there was a reason that I didn't do it like this, but I guess we'll find out. So, let's toggle that. And, oh, yeah, okay. And then that. Ooh, hang on. Can't do that. Because the minecart will just kind of blast past there. So I'll take that out, put that in, take that out, and do that. Is that gonna... That should be fine. Okay, cool. Let's test that. And here, thinking I thought I was going to end the video here, it turns out there's a few more challenges left to overcome in order to get to finish this up. Another challenge of mine, get words done right, correctly, and stuff. And okay, maybe not get too frustrated, but I think I've conquered that now. Maybe. Cry face. Seems to work fine for now. I'll leave it to its devices until it becomes obvious that it's not working again. And if I never notice, then it probably means that it's working just fine. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to get a sorting system going, because you know what? This is not much better. I thought it would be. Well, it's okay. I can put all the important items over there. It's nice to be able to drop stuff off, but yeah, I need it to be sorted in order for that to be extra satisfying. Otherwise, there's like not a whole lot of incentive to do that. Alright, with that completed, I think we could call that a pretty good success. Still haven't gotten around to the villager trading hall yet, and I think I'll leave the video here and begin work on that. Sorry I kind of lied about that and saying that we would get around to that. I don't know if I said we would get around to it in this video or not, but that was my intention. But I did want to get this going first. At any rate, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video for the villager trading hall. Good day, everyone.